Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Spurs from the Stands. I'm, of course, Sarah. Sorry for the delay, guys. Sorry for the delay. How are you all doing today? How are we all doing today? Gosh, sorry, guys. I've been doing transfer stuff in the background. So, rundown for today, we are going to do an unofficial watch along for obviously the Spain versus Cape Verde game. Big up to you all joining. Big up to you all joining. Do a barbecue at half time. Oh, I wish. I wish we could do a barbecue at half time. Right, guys. So today I am going to do a few little bits of transfer news while we do this unofficial watch along. Of course, Pedro Porro is on the bench for this game, so he is not starting for Spain. And of course, that is in favour for Cucurella, who has obviously just made the move as well. So bear with me. Are we all here? Are we all here and ready? Right, guys. Okay, cool. So I'm just checking I've got everything up. Just checking I've got everything up. Okay, so we will do the updates today because of course there are loads of transfer news and whatever. And since we are about to watch the Spain game, obviously I haven't covered the fact that Pedro Porro has just renewed his contract with Spurs. So congratulations to him, although I'm sure you guys have already seen the news by now. But yes, Pedro Porro is going to be a Spurs player for the long-term future. So the news on that front is that he has signed, I believe it's until 2031 with a year extension optional. So how are we all feeling about the Pedro Porro re-signing? I'm quite happy about it, to be honest. He's made 47 appearances in all competitions last season. He's probably our most regular in terms of starters. He's probably one of the first names on the team sheet. And Johan Lang said, securing Pedro Porro's future was an important priority for us this summer. I don't know how much I believe this guy, but he's still at the helm, Johan Lang. We have no news about any other sporting director coming in. I did hear some speculations earlier today, but I don't know how realistic they actually are. So I don't want to preempt the sporting director situation at Spurs, but we are all obviously hoping that a new world-class sporting director is going to come into the club, and that would then make way for Johan Lang to either have a demoted role or a different role within the club. So stay parked on the sporting director front. In terms of what Roberto De Zerbi is saying about him, he's saying his work ethic and quality are what we look for when building a squad. I think that Porro is definitely a De Zerbi coded player. Obviously, we also have Pedro Porro who can play on that side, who also had a very good appearance in his World Cup friendly. So we'll see if he gets selected for England. Well, it's now Wednesday. It's Wednesday. It's 2 days' time that England have their first game. So let's see if Jed Spence does make an appearance for England and how he performs in that game. But yeah, of course, it does seem that Pedro Porro has fallen out of favour for Spain at the moment. He's actually been with us quite a while, but it says he's had 3 goals and 7 assists in 35 Premier League starts, which isn't bad. Obviously, the area of his game which could be improved, Pedro Porro, is his defensive work. But I think with a more structured back line, that could definitely help him next season, and especially times when we move to a back three, if he's a right wing back in those games. I definitely think that's where Porro excels because he is a very attacking minded wing back or right wing back, whichever you want to say it. I think he's probably more of a natural wing back. I don't know, what do you guys think? I think he's probably more of a natural wing back than he is a right back. But yeah, I'm happy with the fact that Porro's re-signed with us. I think it's a great move from the club, and I'm glad that they've managed to get it over the line. In terms of other friendlies, just to note as well that there will be an additional friendly that's going to be played, and this is going to be played on Wednesday, the 22nd of July, so before the pre-season tour. And this is going to be one of the 4 pre-season games that Spurs are obviously going to play. So this is going to be against MK Dons. I don't know if this is going to be on Spurs Play. I don't think it is going to be on Spurs Play, so I don't know if we're actually going to be able to watch this one, but hopefully at some point they allow us to yeah, maybe get a bit of a preview of behind the closed doors and what that game's going to look like. So guys, what were we all saying about the game? Hey guys, jumping in. We're a small crew today. We're a small crew, but that's all good. That's all good. I figured that I definitely couldn't do a 1 a.m. a 1 a.m. kickoff. So some of you have been asking, are we going to do any World Cup watch-alongs? And I've selected a couple. So obviously the Spain game today. It's unfortunate that Porro's not starting. We are going to do the Netherlands versus Sweden game as well, which is later this week because obviously Van de Ven and Bergvall will be playing in that game. And obviously, last night, Sweden smashed Tunisia 5-1, absolutely battered them. Fantastic game. I actually watched it. I'm knackered, guys. I'm knackered. This World Cup is doing me in already. So about yeah, I think I actually switched the game off 10 minutes before full time. So I obviously missed Bergvall's assist in that game, but Bergvall did come on in about the 64th minute or so. And I don't know if it was necessarily an assist. I think it was a very poor defensive error that maybe came off of Bergvall and resulted in the goal. And obviously Ayari, who is a Brighton player, scored 2 in that game and was a standout player. So definitely one to keep an eye on throughout the competition. I don't know, did anyone watch that game? I thought Ayari had a great game, but overall Sweden were really, really impressive. As for the other games that have been played over the last few hours that Spurs players have also featured in, obviously we had the Netherlands versus Japan game. So guys, let me know in the chat what you thought to that game. I will come to the chat in a minute. But the Netherlands versus Japan game, Japan definitely gave the Netherlands a run for its money. I'm going to get ready to press the start because they are about to kick off in this game as well. But yeah, I didn't think, okay, so out of all of the players, I guess, that were linked with, just bear with me, I'm about to hit start because they are about to kick off. So I will keep an eye on in the background of what's going on there. I've got it on mute, so hopefully I can line it up. Don't know what they're doing. There we go. Right, they've kicked off. Kickoff has started. So in terms of the Netherlands Sweden game, guys, did anyone watch the Netherlands Japan game? Did anyone watch it? Because okay, so of all the players we've been watching from the Netherlands, we have Van de Ven, obviously. We had Verbruggen in goal, who maybe could have done a little bit better at times in the game. I thought he was good, but I don't know if he was necessarily standout. Certainly no better than Kinski in that game. So I don't know if Verbruggen is a level up. Obviously, we know that he's massively favoured by De Zerbi. So I'm not sure about Verbruggen, guys. What did you guys think about the Verbruggen performance yesterday? Was he someone who you think that maybe we should be looking at, because we're definitely heavily linked with him and there's a knock-on effect there, and I have got all the transfer stuff lined up and ready to talk to you guys about, but depending on how this watch along goes and how the game evolves, let's see how we do it. But Van Hecke was obviously playing in the Netherlands Japan game as well. I thought Van Hecke had a decent game. I don't think he was standout, certainly not 70 million pounds worth. I don't know what you guys thought to that, but I don't think Van Hecke off that performance yesterday. Obviously, that's one single performance, but I don't think that he's worth the 70 million. The speculation today is that they have gone back in with a 55 million pound bid. Obviously, we heard bidding started for Van Hecke at 40, then it went to 45, third bid was at 50, and now they are at 55 million for Van Hecke. So let me know, guys, any more than 55 mil, I think is daylight robbery. I think is just pure robbery from Brighton's side for the player. So I don't know if I'd go any higher than that, but there have been loads of links over the last few days for centre backs. So I'm starting to think that Vuskovic is maybe intertwined with this deal with Brighton, and there's loads of dominoes on that front that could fall. Gakpo is obviously a name that we've been linked with as well. He made an appearance for the Netherlands. Very interesting, the Gakpo story, because I've been looking at a lot of Liverpool fans' pages, and they are like, guys, if we're going to get rid of Gakpo, they're going to drive Gakpo down to Spurs themselves and drop him off. Like, they are like, 70 mil for Gakpo is ridiculous money, and they don't think he's worth it at all. So obviously we're comparing a 17th sided team and we want to improve. So maybe Gakpo is an improvement for us. But from Liverpool's side, they see Gakpo as a weak link in their team. So I'm not sure how I feel about the Cody Gakpo situation, and I'm certainly not sure about spending 70 million on him. Maybe, maybe something like 55 to 60, but I do think that 70 plus for the player is a hefty whack. So let me know, guys, what did you think about Gakpo? And obviously, the other Netherlands player that played yesterday was Somerville. And the news on the Somerville front is that Somerville is not interested, or Spurs are not interested in the move for Somerville. And that one is called off as far as I've been reading at the moment. So Somerville, no. Gakpo deal is being prepared. Van Hecker, fourth bid is going in. Verbruggen is very much on the cards with a switch for Vuskovic, and Baleba is also still on the cards. So I'll bring all that up shortly. We are 3 minutes into the game. Throw in, nothing too much is happening at the moment. Nothing too much is happening at the moment. What are you guys saying now that I've been rambling for 10 minutes? Score predictions. Yeah, what is everyone's score predictions? I'm going to go 3-0 Spain. I'm going to go 3-0 Spain. I think this is a game that Spain should comfortably win. And after the results that we've been seeing over the last few days as well, you know, particularly around the Sweden game 5-1, Germany result, you'd think that Spain would throw this one out of the park. You know, Germany beating Curacao 7-1. So I think one of the surprise results might have been Australia versus Turkey. Obviously, Australia beat Turkey 2-0. So that might have been a bit of a wild card for some people. But I didn't watch that game. And obviously Ivory Coast, amazing performance yesterday against Ecuador as well. And in that game, Ahmad scored in the 90th minute. So I'd watched bits of that one. It wasn't the most exciting game, I've got to be honest. Gotta be honest, guys. What are you guys saying? What are you guys saying? I saw something about Raphael Morrison. Let me just see if that's true. There's so much speculation online, guys. Oh, yeah, that was true. That was true. Other news about the Premier League today. Pierre Sage is most likely going to be formalised at Crystal Palace as well on a 3-year deal. So managerial appointments keep progressing in the Prem. Where are you guys? Yeah, Big Ange actually hasn't been too bad. He hasn't been too bad. Nothing too much has happened in this game so far. 5 minutes. But yeah, what did we think? Are we having a water break? Yeah, we are having water breaks. We are having water breaks. Sorry, guys. It's been crazy, guys. The schedule has just got me completely off whack. I mean, yeah, getting up at like 3 in the morning to watch football games is just ridiculous. But football lovers dream. Cucurella has left the Premier League, couldn't stand him. Well, Richard, he is playing and he has just taken Pedro Porro's. Happy for Porro? Yeah, me as well. Showing massive loyalty. I agree. Great news. He definitely needs to improve his defensive work. He gets caught out in position far too often. That is true as well. I think with this better centre back pairing, I say better, but like Van de Ven did not like he didn't light the game up yesterday, Van de Ven. I thought he had a decent performance for the Netherlands, but you could tell like both the Netherlands and Japan are very good defensively, but they have no striker, both of them. So it made the game very, very tight in midfield yesterday. And I think the Netherlands were very unlucky to concede that goal last minute. So, well, towards the end of the game, certainly. So you probably could say that they pipped it, although it was great goals from Japan. So, yeah, I'm not convinced by the Netherlands. They were saying yesterday in the commentary, do you think the Netherlands could win the World Cup? And I can't remember who the commentator was, but they were like, yeah, they can win it. I don't think they have enough quality up front to win it, to be honest. I think they've got a very solid team, but I don't think they have enough to win it. Richard's glad that he's signed and he's coming back for a season or two. Well, he's signed till 2031, so that's a 5-year deal with a possible 1-year extension from what we've heard. Although I don't think that was officially announced by Spurs. I don't think it was officially announced by Spurs. I don't think they said how long. Well, they certainly didn't on their official statement. They might have done on X. I love the Spence Porro overlap versus Everton when Mwani was dropped because he's yes. We will never see Mwani ever again. One of the biggest flops. Porro be a different player with Rob. I agree with this. Yeah, I think as well with the rotation of Spence as well. I think that's going to shore us up in the back line for sure. So I'm excited to see what that's going to look like next season, and especially if at times we do play three at the back. The problem is Langer's supposed to be hi Darfashire. I thought Spain were on the attack, but no. The problem with Lange is he's supposed to be a specialist in spotting young players, but failed to recognise Ryan Vitter had enough quality in the winter window. I don't know, guys. It's so people feel really let down by Johan Lang, but at the same time, he has bought in Bergvall, he has bought in Gray, he did bring in Paulinho that everyone wants to keep. So I think there's for every two signings that are good signings, we've had three signings that have been flops. You know what I mean? So, and that's partly because we haven't been building a system. And I am, I am tempted to think that Vuskovic is going to be at least going on loan at the very least this summer. I'm going to be honest. I do think Vuskovic is going to go. Look, it's just speculation, but I've just got this feeling. I'll show you in a minute. I'll show you in a minute. I've got one eye on the game, guys. But yeah, I'll show you in a minute the transfers, outs and ins. Score predictions? Anyone want to give us some score predictions? Yeah, Sweden looked great. Ari did that. He looked so good. Definitely a standout player. Definitely. It was kind of bittersweet, wasn't it? Him playing Turkey and his mother's Turkish. So he didn't celebrate the first goal. But yeah, I thought he had a brilliant display. I think actually Isak also had a brilliant game. And obviously he hasn't been match fit all season, really. He hasn't had a good run either for Liverpool. So I think then Gyökeres as well. I hate to say it, but Gyökeres as well. They do make a great partnership up front. Thankfully, they play for different teams in the Prem, hey? I watched a lot last night and today I was like a zombie. Yeah. Callie, I know how you feel. And that's why I thought I'd do this game. I was contemplating I'm going to see how the transfer news goes tomorrow because obviously today is the first official day. It's a Spain corner, by the way. Short corner, well, near post. Cape Verde on the break, but nothing. I think I was thinking because obviously the transfer window is officially open today, so I'm going to see how it goes. I was thinking maybe doing the France Senegal game tomorrow. Interesting one about the Senegal one is Pap Sarr has just before I hopped on here, I just saw a link between Pap Sarr and Brentford. Brentford supposedly are interested in Pap Sarr. Whether there's anything in that or not, I'm not sure, but that was published on Sky Sports. So Sky Sports coming out with the news that maybe Pap Sarr and Brentford having links. It does seem all in the first 10 minutes, it does seem all Spain. Oh, headed away, but they haven't got anywhere near the goal at the moment. 7-0 to Spain. Keep your Tottenham Peppers off Bayari. We won't get him. We wouldn't get him even if we were in for him. Let's be honest. We would never get him. I haven't missed a game yet. You haven't missed a game. Blimey, good for you, James. Good for you. I don't know. I can do the odd 3 o'clock kickoff. The 5 a.m. kickoffs are not for me. The 5 a.m. I don't know if you've been staying up all night and then staying up and going to bed at 8 a.m., but not for me, not for me. Hopefully, as we go through the later stages of the competition, I've just done 3 knockout games for now, and that's because Spurs players are hopefully going to start in them. I don't know if Bergvall's going to start for Sweden. So, I thought this was not the most exciting game, the Japan-Netherlands one, but probably one of the more competitive ones so far, I'd say that. Van Hecker mistake again. Did you know he's made most mistakes leading to goals amongst Premier League defenders? That doesn't really surprise me. I didn't think he was outstanding. I did notice a lot throughout the game because Netherlands struggled to play out the back. They did have a lot of long balls and over the top balls. And I think obviously that's something that we've spoken about at Spurs that we need next season, someone who can play the ball over the top. And I did think that he did that reasonably well. It wasn't outstanding, but as I said, I think that's also because they have a lack of a strike force and attacking players up front, the Netherlands. But that's just my 2 cents on it. Maybe that's also a reflection of where Spurs are at the moment. You know, we're looking at getting wingers. Speculatively, we're also looking at getting a striker and a defensive midfielder. So we are going to do a heavy, heavy rebuild. So I would expect at least four more players, if not five, to come in this transfer window. Um, Netherlands is Spudderlands. The match was, that is exactly what I just said, Callie. I totally agree with you. I did get I did get that sense from the game that there was no like attacking prowess in the game. Definitely. Um, Van Hecker was better than Van der Ven last night. I think Van der Ven had a very tough job on the wing. I do think he had a very tough job on the wing just because Japan's wingers were so good. Um, Verbruggen didn't look like an upgrade on Kinski. Yeah, I mean, I hope that people were watching Verbruggen through that lens last night because I'm not convinced either. I've got to be honest. I'm not really convinced on the whole Verbruggen thing. For sure, we need goalkeepers. Um, but yeah, there are some other names that we're linked to, which I'll go through shortly. Gakpo was not impressive against Japan. Guys, the Liverpool fans, honestly, they really don't rate Gakpo at all. They really don't rate him. 50 million for a player in last year of their contract is crazy. I presume you're talking about Van Hecker. Well, they've gone in for 55 at the moment is the current one. Some of you are saying don't want Gakpo. A lot of you are saying, yeah, a lot of you saying Gakpo's figures are reasonable. The Liverpool fans think he always cuts in and is very predictable. I'm not, I don't mind it because we do need to upgrade, especially if we get rid of Tell. But if we get rid of Tell, then we're still going to be short on the left hand side. So I don't understand this whole Tell going. I don't understand Tell going. If you're going to get rid of Tell and you're going to bring in Gakpo, who's your second on the left? Are we saying that Odebear is going to be second on the left, but he's not going to be fit until January? So there's a lot of dominoes that still needs to fall. There's a Spain half shot. A Spain half shot. Yeah. I don't know. Spain don't look like they've started particularly great in the first 15 minutes. Like they've had possession, but I wouldn't say they've lit the world alike. Pedri with a half shot there. Um, yeah, Gakpo. I'm not sure, but let me know, guys. What do you reckon? What do you reckon? I think 70. Last we heard was 73.5 mil bid. Well, they were preparing one. That's what we heard. Um, he's also got 1 year on his contract. First yellow card of the game. Who's this? First yellow card of the game there. Um, Cabral, yellow card. Um, yeah, I'm not convinced. Um, some of you are saying 4-1 Spain, 4-0 Spain, 5-0 Spain. I said 3-0 Spain, but based on how they've started, I'm not convinced. They've clearly got a lot of quality, but this is the thing, you need good attacking strike force. Cutting in again. No. 6-0. You guys are hilarious. Some very high score lines here. You're expecting a Germany Curacao game. Spurs were missing Xavi. Oh, was it Ali McCoist? Okay. That would explain it then. I think De Zerbi has shown that Porro can be fine defensively if you adjust tack, and Frank Tudor didn't get it. Yeah, I think so as well. I think he's going to be a good player under De Zerbi. I agree. I agree. He's got more in him. He's got more potential in him. I think. Shame he's not playing in this game. Um, you got Japan in the family sweepstake. My other who's not bothered got Argentina. Well, you can split it if Argentina win, can't you? Did I stay up for all the games? No, not all of them. Not all of them. The latest I've stayed up was the Sweden game last night, and that's only because I wanted to see Bergvall come on, and then I fell asleep. So I missed Bergvall's assist, but I caught it on the catch ups. Um, at this rate, if I want to watch Brighton, I'll have to get a season ticket at Spurs. It's so true. Or if you want to watch the Netherlands. Um, yeah, exactly. I'd really like to see us linked with more midfielders, passing number sixes and creative tens. Okay, so let's go through it. Let's go through it. Let's talk about it. I know we are doing the watch along, but we can multitask, can't we? Sort of. We can multitask, she says. Okay, guys. So first up, the players in blue are the ones where there have been updates in the last few days or so. And that's because since I last gave you guys an update, some things have progressed, some things have circled back around. So, latest updates on Vicario to start. According to Team Talk, Vicario are Tottenham are working to facilitate Vicario's move, and Juventus and Napoli have shown concrete interest and made inquiries about potential transfer. Napoli have emerged as a serious contender, and Team Talk understands that contacts have already taken place between the two clubs. So there is potential here for him to go back to Serie A, but maybe Napoli. And he was obviously linked to Juventus, Inter, and Roma as well. So I think it's safe to assume at this point in time that Vicario is going to be making his way out the door this summer. And we've also heard, and we heard last night, I didn't listen to Last Word on Spurs, but Ben Jacobs, from what I've heard, was speaking that the goalkeeper position is one that we are looking to strengthen next season. So I would imagine Vicario is going to go to one of those clubs. We heard speculatively last week that we were asking for 20 million in wages of 3 to 4 million euros. So whether we can get that from Napoli is still to be seen. The Romero front is very quiet. I think Romero's already signed, sealed, and delivered, if I'm honest. I think that deal was done back in January when he threw his toys out the pram. And I think that there's been an embargo on any news or links with Romero while he is playing for Argentina. That is my speculation, but it's so unusual for a player like Romero to have no links whatsoever. That's what makes me think that there has been some kind of embargo on the Romero news. Luka Vuskovic has obviously been linked to Brighton. This one we know very well because this one has been circulating a lot. Obviously, we heard the undercut lowball bid of 30 million, but this is looking increasingly likely. And likewise, we heard from Ben Jacobs last night. He was saying that basically Vuskovic wants minutes. And this is kind of what I've said previously. I don't know what you guys feel about this, but this is what I've said previously as well about Vuskovic. He's a young guy. He wants to improve and increase his development, next season. So he's going to want the minutes so that he can improve. If he's sitting on the bench at Spurs, he's not really developing himself. So I don't know whether there's a loan deal part of this or what, but Brighton is still very much on the cards from what we understand. Destiny Udogi has been linked to both Fiorentina and Juventus. However, sources have claimed that Spurs are saying that an offer of £50 million at least would be required for them to change their stance on keeping him next season. So he is one of the players that is foundational to De Zerbi's system next year. And it's very unlikely that Udogi is going to be sold. So I don't mind for Udogi to stay. I think he's a very, very good player. I think he's very solid. The problem with Udogi is he can't stay fit. But with cover, now that we have Robertson, I think that hopefully we should be able to, you know, give him so many minutes, but also be able to rest him at times as well when he needs it. So there's very little expectation here that Udogi is going to be out the door, but just one to keep an eye on. And obviously Basuma, who left last week, he's been linked to Coventry City, Valencia and Brighton as well, although there have been no figures in that speculated at the moment, but he's out of contract anyway, so that wouldn't really have too much impact on Spurs. Um, So let me know, guys. What do you reckon to potentially getting rid of those players? I think most people will be okay with Vicario going. I think this is one we've spoken about several times before. So, um, what are you guys saying? I like the Japanese winger who plays for Celtic. Gave the Dutch the runaround. Yeah, Japan actually have quite a solid team. Um, the Dutch team are the ones I follow. Ndaye. There's a hydration break going on at the moment. One thing I do find weird about this World Cup is they have these 2 minute hydration breaks, but then they don't add 2 minutes on as extra time at the end of the halves. So it's like they're playing 2 minutes less. I don't know how I feel about these hydration breaks. It completely stops the momentum of play. Um, this is my interpretation over the World Cup. There is a new generation of talent on show with a lot of youngsters. I think there needs to be a balance of experience and inexperience. What the hell? Emma Hayes doing a little tactical debrief during the hydration break on UK TV. um, any news on the striker? Yes, bear with me, bear with. 50 million is far too much for a doggy in the window. Was it you who said who's always that doggy in the window? Was it you, Macduff? Yeah, but that's the whole point, isn't it? Obviously, we don't want to get rid of him. Obviously, we don't want to get rid of him. I'm okay with keeping a doggy. Oh, they are adding the time on. Okay, fair play. Right. So Van Hecker, the update on Van Hecker was fourth bid. According to Pete O'Rourke, Spurs have submitted a new slightly improved offer in the value of 55 million for Van Hecker. And as I said to you guys at the top of this, I don't know if he's worth any more than that. It kind of makes me a bit skeptical that we would even be thinking about 70 million. But as we said before, Brighton are notoriously hard to negotiate with. So it looks like we really, really want this player. And sources have stated that the negotiations between the two clubs are still ongoing and the deal is considered very likely to be completed. So, in other words, everything's been agreed, personal terms have been agreed. Player wants De Zerbi wants the player, Spurs want the player. Problem is, Brighton want more money for him and potentially in exchange for Vuskovic, obviously. So that's the news on that front. In terms of Savinho's gone very quiet. Goalkeepers on watch. Obviously, the Verbruggen one has circled back around on that front. The deal with Verbruggen at the moment is, from what we're hearing, it's a bit of a domino effect, and I think a lot hinges on what they can come to agreements with Van Hecker, because Brighton might throw in another player. We might do like a, I don't know, 100 mil for two or two players or something like that. I kind of get the sense that this is going to be a very complicated one. It's known, obviously, that De Zerbi really admires Verbruggen, and um, sources have suggested that De Zerbi would ideally like to bring more than one Brighton player with him to his Tottenham squad. Multiple discussions are taking place to explore whether a series of agreements could be reached, and that would also include Baleba in that as well. So don't write off Baleba either in those conversations. And I think the Lucas Chevalier one as well was one that we discussed previously. That one also has circled back around as well, although there's no strong links at the moment. But it sounds like the club are willing to let him go. So that might be one where conversations continue. Game has restarted. Nothing too much going on at the moment. So that's the updates on the keeper situation. Let me know, guys. Have any of these names taken your fancy in terms of goalkeepers? I'm not too sure. The Chevalier one is according to L'Equipe, so French media outlet. Cape Verde ball in, came to nothing. Um, The other news on the Chevalier one is that he's allowed to leave Palace and is under contract with PSG until mid 2030. So it's reported that if he leaves, he is more likely to select a sporting project over a high salary. So he has been linked with a move to Turkey, but the project at Tottenham is probably more of an appeal. However, this one is not formalised. There's been no official bid on this front or anything like that. It's just a loose transfer connection at this moment in time. Let me just see as well what else there was. In terms of other players, so the left back, there's been no links to left back. I think we can tell from that that's pretty much all set and a doggy's not going to go. The centre back discussion, the centre back discussion, this one has been ongoing, and this is the position. Spain are on the attack here. Good block. Spain have not been able to break them down at all, have they? In terms of the centre backs, there have been so many centre backs linked to Spurs, and this is what makes me think that Vuskovic is more likely than people think or would like. So obviously, it's all speculation. The Van over the bar, Cucurella over the bar. I'm watching the replay back. Cape Verde have done quite a decent job at holding them out. I do think that they'll step up in the second half. So in terms of the centre backs, the ones in blue are the names that we've been linked to over the last 72 hours or so. So we have Bremer from Juventus, we have Lukeba from RB Leipzig, we have Vieri, the 21-year-old from Gremio. Interesting one, that one, because we just bought Souza from the Brazilian league, youngster from the Brazilian league. So I'm wondering if there's some kind of like, I wonder whether Johan Lang is working on his own or whether there's someone else helping with these links, because I don't know, unless he has links with the Brazilian youngsters. I don't know. But the Gremio one has also been linked with Newcastle, Brighton, Sunderland, and Nottingham Forest. So there have been lots of links to the Premier League for Vieri. There is also Ordonez from Club Bruges as well. He has been linked, and Ganio 21 from Lens, although he has also been linked to Crystal Palace. So some of those are just name drops, like literally some of those are just a case of there have been links. Whether any of them are solid links, I don't know. But as I said, sometimes stuff gets pushed out either from players' agents, from the club, if they want to get a higher bid. And I'm thinking, are these names, this is just me thinking out loud, and let me know, guys, in the chat if you get where I'm going with this. I almost think that because Vuskovic is open to a move, Van Hecke comes in to replace. Come on, Spain. What are they doing? Just take a shot, man. Just take a shot. Oh, he's offside. Come on. I thought Spain had more quality. I tell you what, Cape Verde are really pushing them. They look very defensively strong, although they're just doubling up at the moment, Cape Verde. But anyway, the whole thing about Vuskovic leaving, if Van Hecke comes in to replace Romero, then you need someone to replace Dragusin. And so if you notice here, regardless whether these are solid links or not, forget whether they're tier one or whatever, if you look at the ages of these last four players, they're all young 20s. So I'm wondering whether we're also looking at the prospect of, if Vuskovic does go, can we bring in another talent as a backup for the right centre back position? Let me know, guys, if you think there's anything in that, just because of these links that are coming out at the moment. In terms of number 6, we'll go back. I don't think we're linked to Locatelli or Wharton at the moment, Kendi. Not from that I've seen anyway. Lecabra is quality, but do we need another left footer? And Dominguez would be perfect as cover for Van Hecke and Porro. Don't know if we're still linked. Lecabra, I don't think we're linked. Although there might be speculation out there. Um, Tottenham, can you give us another two like Bale and Modric? Yeah, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Um, Ordonez played better than Pacho, in my opinion, for Ecuador yesterday. Maybe that's why we're being linked today, right? Like every time a World Cup game seems to go off, we seem to be linked to a player after it as well. Ooh. Um, Half chance there from Cape Verde, but no. Um, Stankovic as a centre midfielder. Yeah, what is going on up front? They look very defensively good and organised, but they just can't break Cape Verde down. Locatelli signed a new deal. Locatelli signed a new deal. What was the deal on that front? Ball in. Um, yeah, we're not linked to Locatelli. No, we're not linked to Locatelli. Not that I can see anyway. That's not to say that these players aren't linked. It's just that from what I'm seeing, they're not linked. Who else have we got? The right back situation, there's been no right back links. There's been no right wing back links. And wouldn't that make sense now that Pedro Porro has re signed for the club and extended his contract? So, look, I think when you piece the puzzle pieces together, it's very clear that we're not looking now for another left back and our right back is sorted. So, the next priority is that centre back, and it's just dragging on. It's just dragging on the centre back. In terms of our defensive midfielders on watch, Hayden Hackney is a name that has circled back around. It's believed that we are still watching the player, although no formal bid has been made for the player. I don't think. I mean, Cape Verde have nothing. They're on the Hayden Hackney one. They're basically just monitoring the player from what we understand at the moment. Um, in terms of Belabor, this is very similar to the Verbruggen news story as well, and this was coming out of Team Talk. They said again that because De Zerbi wants to bring in more than one Brighton player, there are multiple discussions taking place. So you can say that the Belabor and the Verbruggen links are kind of in the same maybe deal, and maybe there's like a swap there between the three players that we want from Brighton and potentially the Vuskovic deal in that as well, if that is to go ahead. Who else did we have on the list? Ooh, go on. Oh, great save. Great save. That was a good save. Was he on side? He must have been on side. Doesn't matter anyway. On this front, in terms of this is going to be a corner now, but in terms of the defensive midfielders, oh, it kind of been good because they didn't even show it. The Mandela Keita one from Parma, 24 years old, contract runs up June 2029. This is just rumours, and Tottenham has just been speculated as a destination. He had a YouTube interview with Junior Vertonghen, and he just said the rumours are very nice, and he said that the interest is only because of his team's performances this season, and they were just rumours. So I wouldn't expect that there's strong links to that one. And in terms of over the bar, I mean, Cape Verde don't have anything up top either. In terms of Vermeeren, there is interest from Spurs. And this was according to, I don't know if this is a German news outlet, but there's no concrete interest in this one just yet. I think this is more just Spurs exploring options for that defensive midfielder place, because obviously we heard that for Hayden Hackney he's not a priority, so there must be other names on this list that we're not hearing of, and maybe this is a case where Johan Lang is working in the dark and we're going to hear a name coming out of the blue for the defensive midfielder if we can't get Paulinho over the line. At the moment, I think I saw today that Paulinho was linked to Sporting. They're trying to get the deal down for Bayern. I think they said 7 million or something, so maybe Spurs, I don't know, maybe they're in some kind of competition for with Sporting for the player. So we don't know if Paulinho is still gonna, yeah, be a solid link. Um, what are you guys saying? Um, Interesting, Pasili and Keita. Yeah, I don't know. The Pasili one was a while ago, to be honest. So sometimes things just circle back round. Sometimes the club is like offered players and then they're like, hang on, we've got a short list. We'll come back to it if we can't get anything else over the line. So I think this is all like very much moving parts at the moment. But go on, go on. Oh, what's he? Oh my gosh. On the crossbar. Oh, what a save. What a save. Wow, over the crossbar. Why did Cucurella not just shoot the first time? No, I guess he couldn't get the header right. He couldn't get the header right. Cape Verde are so lucky here. They are so lucky. This could easily be 1-2-0 by now. And Spain should really get one in before half time. Corner here. Spain on the corner. Come on, score a goal. Score a goal. Should have started Porro. Should have started Porro. Apart from an unbelievable attack, a dodgy midfield, weakness in defence, and a homesick goalkeeper, I see a few problems in matching the superb 17th places of last two seasons. Yeah. Oh dear, we've got a lot of work to do, guys. We have got a lot of work to do. Yeah, that was very close, wasn't it? Are we enjoying this game? It's okay. There's been better games so far. I'm actually quite surprised. I thought Spain would offer more, but Cape Verde are just sitting in the low block and it's really hard to break down. I think Spain, oh my gosh, you just skied it over the bar. I think Spain would have better luck if they were playing a more attacking team. I think they're probably better, more expansive on the break, but unfortunately, that's just not the way that the game's going at the moment. Yeah, it's very messy, isn't it? In terms of other links that have been out there, obviously Alex Scott is one that Spurs are watching, but there has been no official bid. Buadi! Buadi, the newest kid on the block that every single club is interested in since the Morocco game. Had a great performance for Morocco, of course. And the Buadi one has just been circulating like with every man and his dog. He's been linked to Arsenal, he's been linked to Liverpool, Barcelona, PSG, Juventus, and Chelsea. So the guy's been linked everywhere. Spurs are thought to be monitoring the player. But for me personally, we're not going to tempt a player like that. I don't know. I don't know. We're having hard enough trouble trying to keep Vuskovic, let alone go for someone like Buadi with no European football. So I think if you're competing with the big dogs, I just can't see us putting in a bid big enough or being able to attract a player with that potential for the future. Maybe I'm being a bit cynical on Spurs, but let me know, guys, because I know loads of people out there have been saying Buadi looked like a fantastic player, but I just don't think this one's gonna. I can't see it, but I'd take him. I'd take him, but I I don't think it happens. Um, Cape Verde were just on the break, but again, nothing, nothing. What a dead game. Well, it's not been dead. It's just maybe because I'm listening without sound on. I'm just looking. On the Bawadi front, obviously Saibari was another one that everyone was talking about as well, but we're not getting Saibari, guys. We're not getting Saibari. We can dream on. We can dream. I just can't see a play like that coming. Yeah, Bawadi had a decent game, but yeah. Attacking midfielders, there's been no more links to attacking mids. So I think that the attacking midfield situation is probably an ongoing one. I think that if we can get a defensive midfielder who can maybe play centre mid or a centre mid who can maybe play a bit of both as well, this might have also been quiet because maybe Kulusevski is making more progress than we know. We know that De Zerbi is very much Spain offside again. We know that De Zerbi is very much involved in pre-season training and pre-season tour, so there's every chance that maybe Kulusevski is making more progress than we know, and maybe that's why we haven't been linked to any attacking midfielders. Also, I don't know if we really need an attacking midfielder. We've got Madison, we've got Porro, Gallagher, we've got Xavi. So where are we going to fit another attacking midfielder into the mix if we've got Kulusevski coming back and potentially Kudus, who can play an attacking midfield role as well? So even if Xavi isn't fit till January or halfway through the season, I think we can make do. I don't think this is like a top priority position. I think we need to prioritize a left winger and maybe a striker. And Cape Verde cannot do anything attacking wise. They're very strong defensively at the moment, but they can't get hold of the ball. It's been all Spain this half, all Spain. So yeah, I would say centre defensive midfielder and centre midfielders really are the two to be watching that position, and especially now if links for Papsar are getting stronger, maybe with Brentford, then that would suggest to me, and with Basuma leaving, we are looking for a defensive mid and a centre mid. And based on Bergval's performance, oh, great save again. Great save again from the keeper. This keeper. Who's this keeper? We need him. We need this keeper. He's done so many saves. He's having a great game. Here comes Spain again. Not able to do anything. Who is their keeper? Vozinha. Chavez. He's 40. Yeah, he's 40. No, not taking him. Too old. Not that we're ageist or anything. Right, left wingers. Left wingers. So we heard that Somerville is a no-go. Somerville is a no-go from what we've heard. The news on Somerville was that it has been unlikely to proceed, and I think a Dutch outlet stated that the move is off. So this is coming from Netherlands press that the deal is off. So whether that's a strong link or not, I couldn't comment, but the speculation is that the deal is off. Cody Gakpo, obviously we spoke about, deal is being prepared. Let me know, guys, in the chat whether you think that Cody Gakpo is a player that you would like. I think we should explore other options, and there's enough other options on this list that I don't think we need to break the transfer record for Cody Gakpo. That's just my opinion. The other name on this list was Munoz. Spain on the attack again. Who's their left winger? The link with Victor Munoz from Osasuna is that they have been monitoring him for the past year or so, but Newcastle are a lot more interested in Spurs, and this is just very high level loose links at the moment. He's also been linked with Liverpool, United, and Sunderland as well. So plenty of other interest. Oh, wow, what a great save. Plenty of other interest. Although, again, I don't know. Apparently, Man United inquired about the player, but he rejected it. Um, it's thought that Newcastle have been rejected as well. A three-way deal between Osasuna, Newcastle, and Munoz is close to being finalised. That was earlier today. So I don't know if any of those are strong links, but it doesn't sound like he's a necessarily strong link to Spurs, albeit he has been linked to some degree. Maybe the player was just offered. Maybe he was offered and maybe the club said no. But what is true, we need a left winger. We are so desperate for a left winger. And looking at this list, I mean, we're not getting Yan Diamande. That was just not going to happen. So I don't know. I don't think we're getting Rashford either. Talks at the moment on Rashford are that maybe he's going back to United, although I'm not sure United fans are so happy about that one. But I can't see Rashford happening either. I don't think any of these left wingers are particularly strong links. I'm just looking now. Apparently Newcastle are interested in Rashford. Arsenal interested in Rashford. I can't see him going to Arsenal. They need to pay 26 million. He's on such a huge whack, Rashford at United. Spurs are just not going to pay his wages. Personally, that's what I think. What do you guys think about Rashford? Names on this list, I can't see any of these names going through. I think the left wing spot is still very much up for grabs. It's very, very quiet on the attackers front, I'm going to be honest. Right wing, we have again been linked to Rashford today from Marseille. I didn't even put the halftime timer up, but it is it is still 0-0 at halftime, so I'm going to pause this. What an underwhelming first half. I don't know, guys. Does it sound better with the sound on if you guys are listening with sound? Right, we have been linked again with Mason Greenwood. That one has circled back around. Very the very interesting link with the Greenwood one, because obviously we know he has very tight links with De Zerbi. This was a couple of days ago. Betting analysts from Plant Twin 365 and Goldbet consider Tottenham one of the main contenders for Mason Greenwood and have set the odds for him joining the club at 7-0 or 7.00. So I don't know if that's strong or not, but we heard that Greenwood was linked with Roma. We also heard that he was linked with Fenerbahce. There were reports that he was linked to Atletico as well. So this is a funny player. I think unfortunately for the player, his history is kind of coming back to bite him a little bit in the arse. Some of you were commenting actually as a female, not that I think that makes any difference at all, but some of you were saying, what do I think about the Greenwood situation? I don't know. It's that is the problem when you start, I guess, dealing with contentious issues, isn't it? Because he is a fantastic finisher. He's a fantastic player. But unfortunately, I think that his history is overshadowing the quality of the player. And even with De Zerbi at the helm, I don't know if fans could forgive. I don't know if fans could forgive. United fans absolutely do not want Greenwood back. They would not have Greenwood back. And on that basis, I think if he came back to the Premier League, anytime he played, no matter how good he is, he would get absolutely hammered and trolled by rival fans. And so I don't think it's necessarily about the player himself or whether politically I think it's a good thing or not he comes back. I just think given the circumstances, it would be such a hostile league for him to then play in. No matter how good a player is, eventually that could mean that he's going to crack. And that gives me cause for concern as well. So Greenwood, I'm not convinced. I I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. And Harry Wilson, that one's gone pretty quiet, if I'm honest. That one's gone pretty quiet. In terms of strikers, In terms of strikers, the deal on the striker front is we have been linked to many different strikers. Whether any of them are strong links or not, I don't know. But again, you can see from the size of this list that strikers are probably one of the main areas that we do need to recruit this summer. It was speculated by Ben Jacobs last night that a left or wingers are going to take preference over striker. It's also very suspect that the Savinho deal has gone very quiet. So either the Savinho deal is done. Today is the 15th of June. So maybe we're going to hear something in the next 24 hours, but today is the official day that the transfer window is open. So maybe there's stuff going on in the background and things are being finalised on the Savinho front. But of course, he's not at the World Cup. So you would have thought if Savinho is signed, sealed and delivered, it would be announced any day now. So but maybe a little bit of cause for concern because obviously they're waiting for Man City to release the player. That's the deal on the Savinho one. In terms of strikers, Jimenez has still been linked. Jimenez has still been linked. Who else did we have here? We had Moise Keane. I think this is a case of Paratici coming back in from Fiorentina. Viviano said he does not know Moises Keane's potential destination or which teams might be interested. Viviano stated he does not have much belief in the Tottenham link, explaining that he knows De Zerbi well, and while De Zerbi has discussed many players he likes, he has never mentioned Keane. So Viviano also said that Tottenham would first have to sell one of Richarlison or Solanke. In my opinion, Solanke is staying next season and Richarlison goes, and that was kind of also speculated by Ben Jacobs last night as well. So we're thinking alike, even though he's very much more in the know than I am. The deal on who else have we got here? Nicolo Trisoldi. I don't see the Nicolo Trisoldi one. If you're going to go for a 21-year-old who plays for Club Bruges, you've got Lancashire, who's a 21-year-old who's born and bred Spurs. So I can't see this one being a go, although Tottenham is mentioned as one of the clubs interesting. Fijas, I'm going to butcher this. Fichades reports that Club Brugge is demanding a price of 40 million euros. So I just think if you're going to go for a youngster, you've got the youngster already in your books. So I don't really understand why we would go for that. Guirassy, another one from Dortmund, 30 years old, speculated that they want 40 million for the player. Is Guirassy another Richarlison? That's my concern. Decent player, but 30 years old now. How long a contract are you going to put him on? They could be looking at the Guirassy as a bit of a stopgap until Lancashire develops. And this is according to Fanatic, the German outlet, that Tottenham are interested in acquiring Guirassy from Dortmund and have described as particularly eager for the transfer. De Zerbi is reported to have had a special meeting with the striker, and Dortmund is demanding 30 million euros for Guirassy, while Tottenham's lack of European competition next season is saying to be a disadvantage. So the likelihood of that happening is very low, I would say. And I think that this is the whole conversation. If you haven't got Europe, how are you going to attract big talent? And that is one of the biggest issues that we have. And the other name on this list is Liam Delap, obviously from Chelsea. His current contract is until June 2031. And Ben Jacobs revealed this one last night as well on Last Word on Spurs. As I said, if you guys are just jumping in, first of all, please do like, subscribe, comment and share because it does help the channel. You definitely like the stream, guys. But the news on the Delap front, obviously I said before at the top of this, I didn't watch the interview, but he did say that there is potential transfer of Chelsea's Liam Delap. And Jacobs is saying that Newcastle and Everton are also interested, although he said any transfer depends on the new Chelsea manager, as the player wishes to remain at Chelsea. Recent reports state that Chelsea wish to cover the 30 million fee paid for the player, £. And some reports from March and April indicated that they would want approximately £40 million. So you're looking at about £30 to £40 million for the player. Will Chelsea deal with Spurs? I don't know. Would I take him? Probably. I mean, I think we got to wait on the striker front and the winger front until after the World Cup because there have been so many links. I'm not really sure that any of them are particularly strong, but a striker surely has to be a top position that we are recruiting in for next season. So, guys, that is the general roundup. Obviously, not limited to the names that I've just given you. Also, some of these links might be very loose links, albeit I think it is a very good indicator of what I was saying previously about my speculated lineup of what it could look like next season. Not saying that I want it to look like this, but I think we need to strengthen left wing. If Savinho doesn't happen on the right, I still think we need a right winger. We definitely need another striker up top in addition to Solanke and Lancashire. I think if Sarr goes, you bring in another defensive midfielder if it's not Paulinho. And if you can't keep Vuskovic, I'm tempted to think that Dragusin goes and then you bring in another centre back. So you're looking at getting rid of two centre backs, Romero, Dragusin. You're looking at getting rid of, well, not keeping Paulinho, but you're looking at getting rid of, obviously, Basuma's already gone, replacing Sarr as well. If Tell goes, do we need another left winger? We have got Odebear that's sitting on the bench until January. And yeah, another striker if Richarlison goes. So that's my 2 cents on what I think. I've put Porro in question mark. I need to update this because obviously Porro has re-signed. So potentially we could be looking at this sort of formation next year, or if we go for a 4-2-3-1, sort of this formation. I don't particularly like Gakpo, and goalkeeper as well. Goalkeeper is also the one that we need to keep a watch on as well as having one eye on ENIC and what the hell they're doing. The biggest problem that we have at the moment, guys, we haven't got a bloody sporting director. So that is the biggest concern for me. Yes, Premier League fixtures are out next week. Big up, guys, everyone joining the chat. Please do like, subscribe, comment and share as always. We have just gone through all of the links, transfer links. Don't see us getting an 18-year-old in midfield. Yeah, I can't see it either. I think these are very loose links. I think that obviously we need to replace, or we need to at least get someone in to replace Paulinho, but also, as I just said, Sarr and Bissouma as well. So we definitely, I was skeptical whether we actually needed another midfielder, but if those two go, then you can definitely keep Graham Bergvall. You can definitely keep Graham Bergvall. Yes, Spain, Cali do need Porro. I put a cheeky quid on Lucas to score when he finally came on for Sweden. Oh, yeah. Well, you should have done it on the assist. You should have done it on the assist, Jassy. Yeah, exactly. Buadi to Spurs, exactly. But there is a link there, but I just can't see it happening. How is Spain looking? The injuries telling? Yeah, I think so. Spain, they're okay, not really doing too much in attack. They're trying, but having a hard time breaking Cape Verde down, who have made a couple of great saves, and they're doubling up as well, Cape Verde. So I think they're going to be very hard. I think second half you're going to see a different system, and I think if Spain come out early and score, they'll win this easily, because that means Cape Verde will have to come out to get a leveler. But at the moment, Cape Verde are quite happy to sit back and probably take the draw, from what I can see. Although I don't know what they're saying on the commentary. Xavi will be injured most of the season. Madders currently can't play 60 minutes. Kulu, who knows? Think we need a 10 and someone deep lying who can pass to the like Stiller. Yes, I do agree, but I think that if you've only got if you can only make so many signings, I would say the number 10 is probably the lowest of our priorities right now. It's probably the lowest. Not saying we don't need one, but I just think we need a winger and at least one winger, if not two, and a striker. I think they should be our priorities because I think Gallagher will do much better under De Zerbi. I don't think he's a long-term De Zerbi player, but I think he'll be good enough for one season with Madison and a Xavi who comes later in the season and be able to rotate that. So yeah, I agree. We could do, but long term, short term, we definitely need wingers and a striker. That's for sure. Um, I honestly don't know most of these names. Um, don't worry, most people don't know the half the names. Don't worry, Jassy. They're all links. They're all links. It means nothing until it's signed. Until it's signed, and that is why people are so skeptical about the Van Hecker deal, right? Because Van Hecker is speculated to be very, very close, fourth bid for 55 million. But at the end of the day, the guy hasn't signed, and he played in the World Cup last night. So what, he's playing in the World Cup, and while he's doing that, they're having conversations behind the scenes about an increased bid. I don't know. Maybe he's just said to his agent, "Look, I want to go to Spurs. You sort it out." That could be a possibility. Um, who's this? Big up, Seven. Big up. Big up to you as well for being part of the Quiz Collective for 2 months. 2 months. Big up to you. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. He said, last thing we need is another red card addict. Who is that in reference to? Who is that in reference to? It looks like Real Madrid finally have a player in the Spanish team. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Albeit, I don't know if he's had such a great, I don't know if he's had such a great first half. Um, Nico Paz, yeah, some of you are saying, yeah, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Some of these are just dream targets. Dream targets. Were they transfer links before the window closed for the season ticket renewal? I don't know. Some of them were about before June the 7th, which is when the season ticket renewal happened. But look, loyal Spurs fans are going to go and renew their season ticket regardless of links or not. So I don't necessarily believe in that, but that's just me. God, he does look old, doesn't he, keeper? He definitely looks 40. Savage. Savage. Right, let me get up. The second half is about to kick off. Spain doing the kickoff on this one. That stadium looks empty. That stadium is empty, or is everyone just wearing red? It looks like there's no one there. Definitely not the kind of atmosphere we had for the Brazil and Morocco game, that's for sure. I mean, Cape Verde are like the smallest country in the competition, so I wouldn't expect they have many fans there, but anyway. What else are you guys saying? We'll get Van Hecker after the World Cup for 45 million or for a free next summer transfer. Don't worry. I'm not worried. I'm definitely not worried. The biggest concern about that is how is it going to fall? Because I think, as I said, I think Romero's gone. I think Romero is already gone. And if that's the case, we can't wait until next summer to replace him. In which case, you go after another defender. And that is why I think we are seeing all of these links to other defenders. I think Romero's already gone, personally. I think Romero's gone, and they're saying, all right, we have to replace at least one of Dragusin, or Romero. And that's why I think we're seeing this huge list right here. Even if some of them are weak links, I think that the word is out there that we're looking for another defender as well as Van Hecker. And obviously Senesi's done, but I think we're still looking. What the heck is going on here? Yeah, Rashford ain't coming to us. Rashford is only 26 million in Europe. He would be 35 million plus to a Premier League team. I don't know if that was the transfer, if that was the fee though. If that was the actual wage or if that was the transfer fee, that might have been 26 just to get him out of contract. I'd take Rashford over Gakpo. I'd take Rashford over Gakpo personally, but I don't think Rashford's coming. I don't think Rashford's coming. We haven't got any Europe. This is the biggest problem we have. We haven't got any attracting players. Yeah, we've got big pool as a London club, but we ain't got any Europe, so it's going to be very hard. Spain again on the attack. Cape Verde with 10 men behind the ball. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Guys, I'm not impressed with Spain at all. I am not impressed with Spain. I thought they were going to win the World Cup. Everyone was telling me Spain are going to win the World Cup. They got no finish. It's like watching Spurs. I mean, it's like watching Spurs. I mean, it is a tough game for them. Cape Verde is having everyone behind the ball, but it's literally all Spain. What was the big thing about Spain? Is it because they have Yamal in the team that everyone thinks that they're going to go really far? Here I was thinking that Portugal was going to be the flop. It looks like it's going to be Spain. Oh dear. Have they got Yamal on the bench? Yeah, Yamal's on the bench. Maybe that's why. I wonder how long before he makes a sub. I mean, they're going for it, but not very exciting. What else are you guys saying? There's a reason Barcelona have passed on Rashford. Yeah, I don't know what it is about Rashford. Maybe that comes with the territory of being a United player. Don't know. Go on, shoot, shoot. I don't know. I feel like Spain need to make a sub here. Who have they got up top? Or Yazabal? Well, he's doing nothing. Doing nothing. Oh, he's dead. Varane, he's done nothing. Gavi, he's done nothing. Most lively player's probably been Rodri or Pedri. Other than that, they've done nothing. Greenwood, rightly or wrongly, will carry the baggage of what happened with him if he returns to the Prem, which makes it not. Yeah, that's what I think. Go on, shoot! Oh my god. Oh my god. How many times have they skied it over the bar? What are you doing? At least make the keeper work for it. Bloody hell. It's over the bar. Make the keeper work for it, mate. They got no aim whatsoever. What the hell? This was like watching Madueke's miss for England in the friendly, but on repeat. You know what? Someone is gonna crop that up. All of these misses, someone's gonna crop that up and do the Gabrielle penalty edit, because I've seen so many of those edits for the Champions League with the Gabriel skying it over the bar. Someone's going to edit that with the Spain, with all these Spain misses. Surely one of them has to be on target. They're not even testing the keeper. They are not even testing the keeper. They need Jamal. Bring on Pedro Porro. Um, Delap, 30 to 40 million. Good lord, that works out around 30 to 40 million per goal. Well, it's the same as what we pay for Tell, right? Same as what we pay for Tell. Would absolutely love if Roberto pulled out some underground kings that no one has ever heard of, and then everything will be happy ever after. Thing is, this is why we need a sporting director, Jassy. This is why we need a sporting director, because I know the manager can look at so many players and know who he wants, but it's good to have different voices in the room that you can bounce different ideas off of. And we don't have anyone in the room at the moment who's bouncing these ideas. Who is it? Johan Lang, who's going after kids in Brazil. I think we definitely need a world class sporting director. Unfortunately, it sounds like at the moment there hasn't there hasn't been any connections after the Kel one died. So maybe they're waiting for someone else to come available, or the right sporting director to come in. Spain are on the break again. What are they doing? Oh my God, take him off. I've seen enough. He doesn't even play for Spurs, and I've had enough. Oyazabal, get him off. What is happening? Who else have they got? Who else have they got here? Who else have they got? Have they got loads of injuries? Is this why? They are quite short on the attacking front, aren't they? It's noticeable. It is noticeable. Yeah, I don't think they have anyone fit. Oh, they've got Iglesias. I don't know if he'd be any better. Celta Vigo. I don't know if he's much better. Obviously, they don't rate him. Otherwise, they would have put him on. Whoever asked before, are the injuries hampering them? Yes. Yes, they are. Don't get Liao. He's just trouble. Well, yeah, and he got a red card in the friendly, didn't he? So I tend to agree with that one. And I don't think Liao's coming anyway. Is he still on the list? You think he might have still been on the list? I missed that. Was that another miss? Was that another miss? I looked up and the keeper's got it. Well, good news if you're an England fan. Spain aren't looking great. That's the good news if you're an England fan. Um, Hello, Sarah. Hi, Jaku. Why Spurs have brought in a new director of football, letting Johan Lang ruin our signings? Why Spurs have brought in a new director of football? Do you mean why haven't we? I think we want to. I think we are, but I just don't think I'm gonna get rid of this, guys. The transfer list. If anyone's just jumped in, we went through every single position and who we've been linked to over the last few days. So um, go back to the beginning, although you might have to listen to the watch along that's not live. And please do like, subscribe, comment, and share. I think we want it. We want to get a new director of football. We want one, but there's no one on the market at the moment that wants to work in our setup. And they have given De Zerbi a lot of power, and unfortunately, director of football, they want to have more power. So, oh, he's offside. I mean, he fumbled it anyway, but Fabian, but he was offside anyway. If he scored that, I don't think that would have counted. They've got no finish. Yeah, I think we do want a director of football. Unfortunately, there's just not one on the market at the moment. And unfortunately, guys, I think if we can't get a director of football this summer, we're going to be stuck with Lange. I think we're going to be stuck with him, honestly. Cape Verde doing a sub here. I think we're going to be stuck with Lange if we can't get someone in. So reflection also probably of Enoch. Maybe no one wants to work with Enoch as well. I mean, none of these signings, none of these links so far give me much hope, but the winger and the striker market is pretty quiet at the moment. Probably have to wait until after the World Cup. Van Hecker got double Delap's league goals last season in one game. Well, Van Dijk got two more than Moani in one game, didn't he? Van Dijk. Big up, Hello Banking. Big up. Welcome. Welcome aboard. Oh my gosh. Guys, I'm sick of watching Spain. It's like watching Spurs. Last thing we need is another red card addict. If Roberto De Zerbi wants to attack, he must finalise the defence and keeper situations. What have Morocco and Senegal got to offer? Well, Senegal play France tomorrow. So I was thinking of doing a watch along, but that's at 8 o'clock. So I've got a cut off. No games after kickoff at 10 o'clock. So yeah, I can't get to burnout. I can't get to burnout. Big up 7. Thanks for the super chat. I'm hating the long wait for us to play a game. Yeah, I know. Is that England? I know. I got my England shirt on. Look, I got the number 9. I got the cane. Got the cane on the back. Obviously, I had to get cane on the back. Yeah, we're all waiting. Group I. Group I. But yeah, I am excited to do the Sweden Netherlands game watch along with you guys actually, because I think that was going to be really good. And I think the Argentina Austria game is going to be quite good as well. So I have put it in the community tab as well. So of the games that I'm going to be doing. So what else are you guys saying? Yeah, the stadium does look empty. Does look empty, doesn't it? Nice voice commentary. Yeah, thanks, Manish. Um, it's a bit of an unofficial watch along. Ball in, keeper's got it. Guys, this game is dross. This game is worse than the Japan-Netherlands game. Have we had a 0-0 in the World Cup? I think there has been a 0-0. I think there has. This could be the first 0-0 game of the World Cup, you know? Yeah, this could be the first 0-0. No one would have predicted that. No one. Can't wait for the Prem fixtures. Really want to play Leeds soon and beat them. I've got a lot of negative stuff out of them in the end of the season. I know. Who knew that they hated us so much? Who knew that Leeds had such a dislike for Spurs? Maybe it's because we took Archie Gray. I don't know, but there was a lot of Leeds fans who want Spurs to do well because we have Archie Gray and they want us to take care of him. And there were other Leeds fans that just wanted us to absolutely fail. So I was very shocked. We did play Leeds very early last season as well in the away leg and we beat them. So they are on my revenge list too, Callie. They are on my revenge list for sure. There's lots of teams on our revenge list next year. They can't see us coming. Roberto De Zerbi out there being like internally, yeah, we can get top 4. See, I told you guys. I told you guys in my live the other day. I said if we want to get 4th, 5th, 6th, and people were like, what makes you think we can get Champions League football? Well, our manager's saying the same thing internally. So you can see the guy's ambition. Right, Spain corner. Punch away from the keeper. I'm giving up on this game, guys. I'm giving up on this game. I actually think the game later is going to be better. Who's playing later? Saudi Uruguay at 11 o'clock tonight. Not going to lie. Think that might be a better game than this. I think that might actually be a better game. 8 o'clock, we have Belgium versus Egypt. I think that will be a better game than this. Still got half an hour to play. But it's not giving me any fireworks so far. I am very cheery. Yeah, I'm used to it. It's a lifelong commitment. And I'm also an England fan, so you know. Oh, hi Ivor, big up. Neither Gakpo or Rashford. Who would you want instead? Is there anyone that you would want instead? Is there anyone that you want instead of them too? I actually don't know if there's anyone on the market so far that's Please do like, subscribe, comment and share. Like the stream, guys. I think we have 50 likes so far. We can do better than that. We can do better than that. Oh, someone just unliked. Someone just unliked. Romero will wait and see until after the World Cup and see who we buy. Called the board out. Roberto De Zerbi will decide. I think he's gone. I think he's gone. I think he's gone. Roberto De Zerbi just looked so upset at the end of the season when he was in Argentina. It looked like it was playing on his mind quite a lot because he obviously Romero flew back from Argentina for the last game. I think the damage has been done, unfortunately. I'd keep him, but he is a bit of a liability. Go on, shoot, just shoot! Cucurella, just bloody shoot! What is he doing? What is he doing? Jeez. He's like literally right in front of goal and he's just playing it into the middle and there's no one there. Just take a shot. Really frustrating game. Really frustrating game. Because Cape Verde have done nothing except defend really well. They have defended so well. Surely Spain have to score. Surely. Yeah, they need to make a sub. They need to bring Yamal on or Porro or just someone. They ain't breaking this down. It's like watching Spurs. Hey, we know what we are. We know what we are. At least we're realists. At least we are realists around here. Yeah, we keep it real. Oh, is that why he's not completely fit? Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Maybe he'll get 10 minutes. Maybe he'll get 10 minutes. Yeah, we're not paying 300. We barely pay 200, let alone 300. But also, I just think that egos at Spurs, we've had a lot of them. We've had Romero, big ego. Not sure we want another one. Not sure we want another player who thinks they're bigger than the badge. We need players who are going to play for the system. We need workhorses. That's what we need. We need workhorses. And I know people don't rate Solanke, but he's a workhorse and he will work hard for De Zerbi. He will do. And hopefully he can get a full fit season. Are we ever going to get that bloody Van Hecker? I don't know. Has there been any news updates? Been no updates just yet. No updates from Spurs. I think it's all going to go quiet until after, to be honest. Oh, hi Minish. Are you Cape Verde fan? Or are you from Cape Verde? Big up to you. Big up to you. Do I like your small country? I don't know. I'm guessing you have amazing coral reefs. Could go diving there one day. That'd be cool. Um, okay, some of you are saying your mouth's not totally fit. That's why. How long have we got left? 25 minutes. Mm. I mean, there's not going to be any extra time. Nothing's happened. Nothing has happened in this game. Whose bad idea was it to do this? No, I'm joking, guys. I'm joking. Spain currently had 71% possession. Cape Verde has had 29% possession. They have had 18 shots and 5 on target. 18 shots and 5 on target. That is conversion rate is diabolical. 542 passes. They're just passing it around like a training match, but just can't do anything with it at the moment. This is not the best advert for football. Sorry, sorry. Who joined us the other night when we did Spain? When we did Brazil Morocco, we did an impromptu quiz. Maybe we should do a quiz about who would our dream signings be. Who would your dream signings be? Who would your dream left back and striker be if you could have anyone? Do you guys have names? Because I don't necessarily have any names who I'd be like, oh, I really want that player. Spain on another corner. Keeper again. They keep doing the same thing. They keep doing the same thing. So predictable. So predictable. That must be their seventh corner. I mean, oh, they're having a hydration break combined with a minute for the keeper who's got cramp at 70 minutes. Oh dear. Keep watching the match. Cape Verde win. That's what's surprising. Pedri and Gavi not shining. Yeah, I know. Well, they're struggling because Cape Verde are defending very well. They've got 10 men behind the ball constantly. So it's going to be very hard to break down. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Didn't I tell you Japan is a dark horse? We'll give you a run for your money. Yeah. Yeah, you did. I think I had them going through in my predictor, though. I think I did have them going through in my predictor. Pretty sure I did. The only one that I think I would have changed is Scotland, because I think Scotland could go through first. I do think Scotland could go through first, funny enough. Who did I have? I had Korea going through second. I had Japan. I had Japan topping their group. I had Japan topping Group F. And do you know what, guys? After seeing Sweden, it could be Japan, Sweden go through, and Netherlands finish third. A lot riding on that Sweden Netherlands game on Saturday. Very excited for that one. I think that's probably the most exciting group so far. I also think the England group will be quite interesting, but Richarlison plays for Spain. Oh, Yamal's coming on now. 7. 7, he's coming on. 20 minutes left to play, plus a bit of extra time. Making 2 subs. So Ruiz and Gavi going off. And Yamal and Marino coming on. Still no Pedro Porro. Yeah, just as you said that. Well, you probably said it 15 minutes ago, but I'm just getting to it now. But yes, just come on. um, Big up, Sonny. It reminds me of when Spain went out to Russia in 2018, not shooting on goal. Yeah, I don't know. All the hype about them makes me very excited for the Bellingham Rice Kane combo. Does make me very excited for England, I've got to say. Here we go. Here we go. Yamal straight on the ball. They've already passed it much quicker. Oh, don't go round. Oh, going round the houses. If only one of these teams could score, it would completely change the game. I think it's gonna be 0-0, guys. And at the beginning, you guys were like 4-0, 5-0 Spain, 6-0 Spain. This is not gonna happen, is it? Um, yeah, Spain have made the sub. I am a bit behind. Hey, Ivor. How did Sweden get on last night? Wait, were you Norway? I keep forgetting. I know we had a couple of Swedes and we had a couple of Norwegians. You were Sweden, right? Please forgive me if I've forgotten. Please forgive me. But yes, Isak and Gyökeres looked very good. And so did Bergvall when he came on, even if he did get 30 minutes. Which comment, Manish? Um, yeah, Morocco did have a good game as well. I also think Brazil aren't that great. I think Brazil aren't that great. Spain aren't looking that great. Gives me hope. It gives me so much hope. I wonder where I had Spain finishing, actually. Um where did I have them finishing? I had Spain getting to the semi-finals, but based on this, I don't think they're getting anywhere. They ain't getting to the semi-finals. That was an optimistic prediction. Um, well, they're doing a good job so far. I mean, it does just take one moment. It takes one moment of magic. That's all it takes. Once one goal goes in, the whole game's going to change. But at the moment, Cape Verde are defending very well. Unfortunately, Cape Verde can't get forward, and they're not gonna do very well. Oh, here we go. Yeah, they've just got 10 men behind the ball. Peru is lovely, amazing country. Harry Kane, he's one of our own. He's one of our own. Harry Kane, he's one of our own. Oh God, my baby's back. My baby's back. Sarah's mummy's back. Mate, I thought you'd gone. I thought you'd gone. Would you ever start an OnlyFans? I get asked this question way too many times. Way too many times. And the answer is no. Sorry to disappoint. Sorry to disappoint. It's not my thing. Not my thing. Um oh, hi John Shivers. Do you know what? There was speculation about Harry Kane. There was speculation about Harry Kane, Callie. And the speculation on Harry Kane that I saw was the deal for Bayern to renew his contract had broken down. And obviously we have first refusal on him. So that's the speculation. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, because he is at the World Cup and I can't imagine him being in negotiation talks right now. But there is speculation out there that Bayern don't want to renew after their existing contract. I actually don't know when his contract does run up. Has he got one more year? 2027. Yeah, he's got one more year. And apparently the deal's broken down in terms of like an extension. So don't rule it out, Harry Kane. Don't rule it out. I mean, I can't see it, but could happen. Long shot. Oh my God, I'd love that. Harry Kane, Solanke, and Lancashire. Oh, he could show Lancashire the way. He'd play for another 4 years. That'd be great. And by that point, Lancashire would be in his prime. But I just can't see it happening. Problem is, though, so many other clubs would be on for him if he wanted to come back to the Prem. Oh my God, Cape Verde, this defending is insane. This defending is insane. Maybe we should get Lopez from Shamrock Rovers. Or Borges from Al Batair. Get them on. Get them on. Big up, Logan. Big up. Oh, you're on the England train too. I like it. I like it. Have not lost. Japan haven't lost to a European side in 8 years. Great fact. What? There must be a European team in there. Ball's gone out again. They've got to play Sweden, so you could say Sweden. Maybe beat them. Could Sweden beat Japan? Sweden versus Japan is going to be an interesting game because Sweden have a good attack but weak in defence. Japan are good in defence but probably not as good as Sweden up front. They still do have a good attack, but it'd be an interesting game, that. It will be an interesting game. Right, Spain on the corner. Keeper again. These corners are such a waste of time. One thing that Sweden did very well was their set pieces. Oh my gosh, how did that not go in? Header away from the back post. Yes, I heard rumours. I don't know if they said it on the commentary last night that Sweden was using our set piece coach. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what they were saying. That's what they were saying last night on the commentary. Georgeson, that was it. Yes, he is. He is. He has done some work with Sweden. That would make sense because he's Swedish. But yeah, apparently he'd done some more work with them on set pieces. So I think that was definitely a strong point of Sweden's game as well. Don't know if anyone mentioned it, but last time England had Summit stolen at the World Cup was 1996. Is that true? Is that true? What did they have stolen? Did I see a super chat somewhere? Sarah has way too much respect for herself to do OnlyFans. Yeah. It's just not my thing. It's not my thing. Not my thing. But thanks very much. Thanks very much. Maybe I am in the wrong business. Maybe I should just sell these shirts I'm wearing. Oh dear. Get some Spurs socks and put them on, what's it called? The feet one. It's gone from my head. Gone from my head. But yeah, sorry to disappoint. Sorry to disappoint. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Seven. Yeah, calm down, Manish. Calm down. Calm down. Guys, what is going on in the chat? What is going on in the chat? You guys have lost it. You guys have lost it. The baby's back. The voodoo baby. The voodoo baby. Yeah, I had a great day. And just to clarify, everyone, this is not my baby. This is not my baby. If anyone online is asking you for money, it's not me. It is not me. Full disclosure. This account is not associated with me. It is not my baby. Do not transfer any money to people on the internet who aren't me. Right, finally, Cucurella actually did a header towards the goal, straight into the keeper's hands. Spain look whack. Spain look not great. I don't know if Cape Verde have touched the ball in the last 10 minutes. "14 goals and 14 assists. He's better than Gakpo. He's better than Gakpo, but he's never coming. He's never coming. They really are. They really are, John. I'm assuming your name isn't actually John. Or maybe it is. I don't know. Is it Martin? I don't know. Yes. Yes, that is true. That was earlier today. The Tunisia manager was sacked. But they were not very good. They were not good last night at all. Or this morning, should I say. Oh, the stadium's filled up. It still looks pretty quiet. Huh? Bit of a stretch. And what would be very good is if you could do a watch along for the Belgium Egypt game. That's tonight though, isn't it? That's at 8 o'clock. Nah. Nah. The next one I'll do is Netherlands Sweden Saturday 6 o'clock. And I'm toying with France Senegal tomorrow at 8, but obviously England are playing on Wednesday. Got some exciting stuff for that one. And then I'm going to do Argentina Austria on Monday the 22nd, 6 o'clock. Depending how that goes, I might do Norway France on Friday the 26th or the England Panama game, but I am waiting for my friends to decide what we're doing because all the pubs in England that we've spoken to aren't taking bookings. So we're trying to get a table for like 8 people, but nowhere's taking bookings, so we're going to risk it. So the Ghana game, I'm definitely watching with mates, but it depends. Saturday night game, it depends. If I don't see mates, then I'll do a watch along for the England Panama game. But for the moment, it's pretty hard to get a place, you know. Big up to you all who like the stream. Thank you very much. Honestly, can't get over the fact someone asked you about OnlyFans. I get so many messages all the time. That is the wild west of the internet. That is the wild west of the internet. But hey, when I was younger, guys would be like, "Oh, you're female, you like football. What do you know about football? Can you name 3 Spurs players?" And here we are doing watch-alongs. Here we are doing watch-alongs. Has Rodrigo just gone off? Oh, Rodri's just gone off. Who's coming on? Williams. Yeah, they need to mix it up. They need to mix it up. They're not having any luck. I know. Guys, we've hit a low. We've hit a low. Oh, 96. Oh, sorry, Neil. Sorry. What got stolen though? Sarah, do you really love your dad? Be honest. Is he the love of your life? Mate, you're creepy. Mate, you're creepy. Oh, oh man. Guys, I think it's safe to say Spain don't offer much up top. And that was offside, I think. Oh Lord. Oh dear. Very impressed with Cape Verde. Very impressed with them. Who else is in this group? Um, Uruguay and Saudi. Imagine if Saudi and Uruguay go through. Dear. Oh, you blocked him. Oh God. Manish, mate. What do you want to know? Oh dear. I thought you were Cape Verde. Yes, thank you, Systemic Frog. Big up. Big up. Oh dear. Yeah, weird behaviour. Weird behaviour. Is mummy? Is this? Oh God, I can't, guys. I can't. I already put mummy on a timeout. Come on, Cape Verde. Come on. Come on. In the middle. In the middle. Get it in. Oh, he took too long. He took too long. Flying shot out of range. At least he shot. Um, guys, losing the plot. What has happened to the chat? Oh dear. Tito, big up. Looking forward to the overreaction. Oh, header. Corner in from Cape Verde, header, but nothing. Looking forward to the overreaction from Spanish media, especially Madrid, one slaughtering manager. I mean, look, before this game, at the top of this, everyone was saying Spain would win. I said 3-0. You guys in the chat said 3-4-5, 6-0, even some people were saying. And they haven't even managed to get a shot on target in the last 10 minutes. I think Spain have been really poor. Very disappointing from them. Right, we've got 5 minutes extra. I mean, everyone had their bets on Spain being the winners of this World Cup, and they can't even beat Cape Verde. So here we go. Bit of a flat ball in. Oh, what's he passing it back for? I know. I mean, I can mute people, but go on the break, on the break. Oh dear, this is a stressful watch, and I don't support either of these teams. I can't. I know, Callie. I know. No one would have said 0-0. No one. But then would anyone have said Sweden 5-1? No one would have said Sweden 5-1 Tunisia, would they? Do you know what? Not Canada, but USA getting to the semis. Don't rule it out. Do not rule it out. They look really good. And look, we know what magic Pochettino can do, so anything's possible. Where's the creepy baby? Where's creepy baby? Goodbye, baby. You are on timeout. You are on timeout. My weird baby, creepy baby. Um yeah, I did think this, Keith, as well. The winners of every World Cup seem to I think it depends on the groups, doesn't it? I think it's also going to depend on travel schedules as well. I think it's going to depend whether the players, what climate they're playing in. Like, it's going to be the big difference in climate if they're playing in Canada versus if they're playing in Mexico as well. I think there's a lot of variables in the World Cup. Come on, Yamal. Oh, dear. Oh, my goodness. I do have England in the sweepstakes, so I'd be very happy if they get to the final. Argentina lost their first match last World Cup. I mean, Spain haven't lost, but yes, James, they have. Don't worry, a couple of people have been timed out, so we won't be hearing from them for a while. They are silent. They are silent watchers unless they decided to give up. But it was annoying me. Um, as a Gibraltar, I would find 0-0 hilarious. And that is game over, guys. What an underwhelming 90 minutes. What an underwhelming 90 minutes, not going to lie. The first 0-0 of the World Cup. No one expected it to be Spain, Cape Verde. I think everyone thought maybe that was going to be last night's game. Ivory Coast versus Ecuador, which Ivory Coast scored in the last minute and made it 1-0, but this is the first 0-0. At 8 o'clock in an hour from now, there is Belgium versus Egypt. I'm terribly sorry, we are not doing a watch along for that. If anyone has just jumped on, we did do all the transfer news, roundups, etc., etc., at the beginning of this, so you can go back and have a check. Although I am just going to check if there's anything else that has come out since then. Is that it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That was it. Yeah, I did. I did. I did. Sarah's mummy literally created an account, like literally created an account for this purpose. Like, people are crazy, man. People are crazy. 5 months ago, I didn't even have a video on here, and here I am having people create weird accounts. I don't know what's going on. Right, guys, please do like the stream. That'd be greatly appreciated if you have not already. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Um, if you are new around here and you haven't been following along, then my style is kind of informal. We like to see what's going on in the chat. Oh, big up, Luke. Where you been, Luke? Where you been? Yeah, informal chat, transfer news updates, unofficial watch-alongs. Next one will be Sweden versus Netherlands on Saturday, unless anything happens before. Hopefully we'll have some content around the England versus Croatia game, but I am out for that one, so probably will be a little bit later. I'm just checking if there's any more transfer news, guys, that's just come out. Can't see anything at the moment. The only news that keeps coming up on my timeline is that Japan fans cleared the stadium, and Pedro Porro signed a deal till 2031, which we've already spoken about. No, nothing coming out at the moment. 7 saves. Vozinha made 7 saves today. Great goalkeeping from him. Ruben Amorim to AC Milan. Here we go. Don't know if that helps us get any players from AC Milan. No news updates. Guys, if Van Hecker's going to happen, I can't see it happening right now. So we might have to sit tight on that one. Well, we did the Barat, big up. Yeah, we did do the Morocco-Brazil. We did the Morocco-Brazil watch along the other night, and that was actually a decent game. That was actually quite a decent game, even if it was a draw. But yeah, Sweden, Netherlands, it won't be like that because both teams will want to go for the win. Cape Verde were quite happy to take a point. Because if Cape Verde get third, they can potentially still qualify, but they still have to score a goal. Otherwise, they're going to finish bottom of the final, like third places, and they won't qualify on that. So, yeah, all depends what happens in the other games. Anyway, guys, yeah, Manish, simmer down, mate, simmer down. I am going to make dinner as well. So, thanks very much for watching, guys. Sorry we had a bit of dysfunction in the chat, but I will try and keep that moderated for future. Tomorrow, let's see what news, transfers, update stuff come out, and enjoy the rest of the World Cup's entertainment for this evening. I know this is insane. I know, and the fact that they couldn't even score, mental. I mean, just if we hold on before I go, these stats are crazy. 27 shots, 7 on target, 51 touches in the opponent's box, and they couldn't score one. 734 passes. This is literally like watching Spurs, except we don't pass that good. 92% accurate passes. 11 corners. Mad they couldn't get one. It just shows you how good their keeper had today. Really, really good defensive line from Cape Verde. Very impressed with them. They were very, very disciplined. Yeah, don't worry, James. I'm used to it. Don't know. Whatever. Only 7 on target. Well, you only need 1 on target to score one, don't you? Big up, guys. Thanks for joining. I will see you all very soon, if not the next watch along.